Hello. What follows is a 6-part first-person recounting of the life of Tom Acker. Father Tom, at the time of this video, was 92, and the video was made in May of 2022. His life is a fascinating journey through several countries, including Nepal. Along the way, Father Tom Acker of the Society of Jesus has been president of 2 universities. He is a scientist with a doctorate in biology from Stanford University. He has been consulted by the highest levels of 2 governments. His outlook, competence, and attitude toward his tasks have earned him a lot of love and respect by many of the people who he's come in contact with. At every turn, though, from the earliest age, as you'll see, he has been the problem child for many of his superiors. When we met, he was serving as a parish priest and busy saving a failing parish school, which he then revived and caused it to blossom where it had been on its last gasp. Toward the end of these videos, he calls me his friend. I am very proud of that designation. I should mention I'm not Catholic. My work involving sound and video systems brought me into contact with hundreds of pastors and priests and some imams and rabbis. I have met some outstanding people who have taken up the work that they see God has called them to, and Father Tom is such a person. Please enjoy with me the story of Father Tom Acker of the Jesuits. We're back, and we're at the point where Father Tom is moving from West Virginia area, and what's next?
Well, I left Wheeling Jesuit University in 2000. I was down in Beckley until 2011. Senator Byrd had died, and then I moved to Youngstown. I told the provincial after Senator Byrd died, I'm free. How do you want to use me? And the provincial didn't do anything. Here I'm sitting there with my doctorate, with a lot of background, and he didn't do a thing. And I said, well, the heck with you then. Now, I'm not supposed to say that about the Jesuit order, but he didn't do anything. So I knew there was a bishop up in Youngstown, Bishop Murray, who was a Jesuit, which is unusual, although now we have a Jesuit Pope in Pope Francis. And so I went up to visit him. First, I never saw him before, and I said, can you use me? He said, yes, I can use you. Okay, come up here. So I got my car and drove my stuff up to Youngstown, and he put me up there in Youngstown. And then I got a word from another Jesuit saying, you can't do that. You can't move like that without the Jesuits, provincials. Okay. I said, well, it's not my problem now. It's the bishop's problem. He invited me up here. So sure enough, the bishop got in charge with Father Kosicki and said, I got Father Acker up here, Father Tom, and I want to keep him. And so I finally got a letter from Father Kosicki saying, I appoint you to the Youngstown Diocese under the bishop. So there I was. After about 2 months, he sent me down to Canal Fulton. The priest there had to retire. And so I went there for 1 year in Canal Fulton, learning something about how a diocese works. It was okay.
That's where I met you for the first time.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, but then after a year, the bishop decided, Bishop Murray said, look, I'd like you to go up to St. Joseph's in Randolph. They got a school there which stems from, early 1800s, 1832, I believe, 1831, 1832. It's going down, and the parish is going down. And the priest there is a wonderful priest. He was. Father was Oric, but he was no administrator. And the place was in kind of chaos. Go there and see what you can do. Save the school. Save the school. Well, that's what I had done at Wheeling. I had saved the school. I had gone in Apollo. We changed the whole biology for the country. I had gone to Southern West Virginia. We built a whole campus for 4 or 5 public colleges. And so I'm used to taking a place that's going down and building it up. And so we started. But it's a slow process. It doesn't happen easily. It takes time. You can destroy a place quickly, but you can't build it quickly. So we started building it. It had 104 students, and he said, save this place. Well, I worked at it for 9 years. After 9 years, we got it to 226 students. In the meantime, 13 other of the grade schools in that diocese had gone down. I knew what to do, and the parish was so good. They worked with me. We want our school. And so we built the school. And we built the school by doing it this way. We had to have a plan again. The plan was this. We are a rural oasis of superior education blended with faith. That was our motto. We are a rural oasis. That was a rural school, farmland all around us, of superior education blended with faith. So I said, we've got to have superior education. Why would anyone come to this particular school if they can get the same amount of education, the same good education at a public school? You have to be superior education. That means I need superior teachers. So we went after and got superior teachers. Lord, teachers that could grow, we grew them, and they became superior. Those teachers that weren't superior and couldn't grow, we asked them to move on. And so we built superior education, and the school grew.
So it went from 104 students to how many?
226. 1 class per grade. We have preschool and then a class per grade. We wouldn't allow more than 24 kids in a class. You can't teach more than 24 at a time and do well. It doesn't work. And so we had these 24 teachers, or 24 kids in a class, and it was growing. And it was growing very, very well. Then I saw a lady, and I said, you know what we need there is a gym. We need a gym. And she said, I'll give you the gym. I'll build you the gym for $4.5 million. And Bishop Murray dies. And we had to wait for the new bishop to come. A new bishop came, and I presented to him, I have $4.5 million to build a gym. He said, I don't want you here any longer in the diocese. I want you to leave the diocese. You're going to lose the gift. I don't care. You don't follow rules. I said, I get results. I don't like results. I like rules. And so I had to leave. And so I left. I had to leave the diocese. But in that time, I made some wonderful friends, again there. Good friends. That school went up because we had some good friends. Larry Mudd was a builder, and he rebuilt that whole parish for me in good part. He rebuilt the facilities, the Grotto of Mary. We had some marvelous teachers there, and they grew with the place. And I made wonderful people all around there, and I still try to go to visit them at a time. But the bishop said, I have no choice. You don't follow my rules, you got to go. I follow results. And that is a problem within Catholic Church at this particular point. You've got half your bishops are rules and regulations in the United States. The other half of the bishops are for results, like Pope Francis, like Christ. Christ always made his visions, didn't he, about growing things. And he said, look for the fruit. By their fruit you shall know them. But unfortunately, some of these people are more interested in having a closed church, in which is very closed. It's rules and regulations. And other bishops say, I want an open church. I want a field hospital. John the 23rd, Pope John the 23rd said, open the windows, let fresh air in. Second Vatican Council. And Pope Francis, a field hospital. Don't ask them about what their cholesterol is. They got a heart problem. Take them in and fix them first. And maybe if you give them good quality work, they may be interested to talk about God. But you got to fix them first. You can't say, you got to talk about God before I'm going to fix you. You can't do that to people. Give them service. That was Christ. He gave people service. And I think the church is struggling. This June, the bishops have decided we're not going to get together and make votes on everything. We're going to get together and see if we can't come together as a group of bishops following Pope Francis. Open the windows. Be a field hospital. We know we've got to come together. Christ's message is being lost. You're a wonderful Lutheran. Your church has to offer service. If you don't offer service, what happens? People walk away. People walk away. And too many people are walking away because we as priests, bishops, are not giving service. People are walking away. And Christ is saying, invite them. I'm the good shepherd. I will lead them. But you got to give service. You got to be willing to go out of the field, get out of your little parish, and go and give people service.
One of the insights that I've had working with all the congregations and different religious organizations that I worked with doing sound systems is that there's basically two approaches, and it's about control. And there are many people that are more interested in maintaining control than getting, like you say, getting results. And so they even in system design, it's reflected that this system can be, you can maintain control of it as opposed to making it available so other people can easily control it and configure it. And I think in the bigger sense, the idea is that who's going to maintain control? And like you say, it needs to be Christ who maintains control.
You'll find out that you don't control people by giving them directions, but by influence. Here's where we're trying to go. Will you join me? And so we got people joining together every place I've gone and build places up. And then someone will come in and try to control, and people walk away. Can't do it. Can't do it.
So it's a curious thing to me, but I very much feel that, and I don't know that I've met another person in their 90s who I could say this to or about, but for you, Father Tom, I believe there will be a next thing. And it will be interesting to find out what that next thing, it will be interesting for all of us to find out what that next thing will be. But I think even at your age, there will be a next thing, a way to use your gifts and tools.
Well, there will be a next thing, of course. I'll die. I'll die. And I hope I've done some nasty things in my life that I wish I had not done. But I hope God, He forgives. He's a merciful God, and He forgives. But what I'm doing now, the provincial said, my new provincial, I got a new provincial, he said, look, visit your friends. Visit your friends. They've helped you. See if you can't help them. That's one thing I want you to do. Number two, write. So I'm starting to do some writing. I'm doing some writing on some difficult subjects. I'm writing now about gender. Gender is such a difficult thing these days. I'm writing about experimentation and exploration in the church. I'm also saying Mass at various churches in the Cleveland Diocese. And we have a wonderful bishop, Bishop Malesic. I was with him yesterday. I kid him, though. Bishop Malesic was 3 years at college as a biology major before he decided to join the priesthood. I said, you know, Bishop, I can talk with you. You understand science. You understand explore, experiment. He does. He's just a marvelous bishop. I wish all could follow him. Some do and some don't. But leadership, Steve, is in very short supply and high demand today. And I watched at Wheeling Jesuit. We were the top educational university in the state of West Virginia. In 18 years, they had 9 presidents. It went down. It's no longer Jesuit. It's not going to last as a university. The leadership failed. People got value out of it, though. I say, are you sorry that it's gone? Yes. But I can't control what happens when a place goes down. It's gone. But I figure, what all the people you helped, hopefully they will make the world better for what they've seen. That's what our job is, how to take a place and make it better than how you found it. And that's what I try to do with science. That's what I do as a Jesuit. How to leave a place better than how I found it.
Well, this sounds like a wonderful place to stop. At this point, we've kind of covered the period from 1948 to 2022, and that's quite a journey. And thank you very much for coming to talk to me. And I hope that we can speak again in a short amount of time and cover some new topics.
I don't know if we're still on, but if we are, our friendship has been great. May it continue. And thank your daughter for singing.